welcome back. Ready to start round 3. So I went down and talked to them. This is going to be kind of a repeat match. It's going to be Jonathan Morehouse again against our beloved Bryan. He's also going to be playing the Zoroark Golisopod deck that Drake played. Let's see if he can get a little more luck against this metal deck.
And we're going against two decks right now that are both undefeated, I believe, in this tournament.
Oh, yes. They're both undefeated right now, 2-0. That'll change here shortly in the next 30 minutes.
2-man enter, 1-man leaves.
Now we're going to go see down there what we've got, if he's ready for us.
Again, brought to you by Four Horsemen Comics.
Looks like we've got a mulligan, and they're ready to start for us, and he's got some...
Juju fruits.
Oh, well, that's... I guess offering him... maybe that's his GX token. That's going to be his GX token. All right.
Hey, man, you want some Juju fruits before we start this shindig?
All right, let's start this shindig. All right, and they are ready to go. He's going to take his mulligan. And the show is on the road. All right, good start with the Zora. He's going to Ultra Ball.
There we go. That's really quick. Getting him some card momentum really quick.
I believe if I had to wait, if I were a gambling man, I would say he's going to get the Bridget, then he's going to get the Tapu Lele GX, and then search for the Bridget, which I think he's cut out the middleman. I'm wondering, is he gonna? Did he not? Oh, Bryan. I think he just, got into the groove, because the usual play is Ultra Ball for the Tapu Lele, lay the Tapu Lele, get the Bridget just while you're in the deck. He didn't get the Tapu Lele out. Unless that was from his hand, which I don't believe it was. Yeah, no, that was...
No, he pulled it out of his deck.
Yeah, because that was on the bottom. He forgot the Tapu Lele GX.
Is that allowed?
It's not, but...
Should we say
I don't think
something?
We're not the judges in this scenario.
We are not the judges in this scenario.
We're just here to commentate.
We will watch the Jujus.
So, are those going to be his damage counters as well?
I don't know, but they look awfully tasty from this angle.
They do. Yeah, part of me, it's been kind of a hectic day today. He probably just went through the motions really quickly, forgot. He's not that kind of player. So... We're totally going to give him a lot of crap for it, though, when we go down there.
After this stream's over, we're going to be like, sir, you forgot your Tapu Lele.
Just so you know. I don't know if it'll come up in this scenario or not, but we'll see how this goes.
Two veteran players. One of them eventually noticed.
Or not.
Or not.
They're just in the zone, ready to go. It's like, okay. I went the longest time. There was a card called AZ or Az or... I think most people just called it AZ. His name was all caps. And you brought a Pokemon back to your hand, but you discarded all the cards attached to it. But for the longest time, I just played it, everything came back to your hand, because that's what I thought it did. And nobody in, regionals or locals, nobody really called me on it until, the card was about to be rotated.
He's pointing at the Jujus.
Ah. Is that supposed to be his Tapu Lele? I didn't know they had a...
Tapu Juju.
Tapu Juju. Juju Lele. One of the two. You decide. Leave your votes in the comments.
Sounds like a football player. Juju Lele.
Juju
Lele on Broncos
Smith
defense.
Lele. Juju Smith Lele.
Juju Smith Lele.
All those are... No, he's changing his mind, but we're on the same wavelength. Although, no matter how hard I try and send him mental signals, he still does not realize that Tapu Lele is not out there. Alright, so Jonathan's trying to figure out what he's going to do. He did not have any Cosmogs, or... I don't think he runs... Does he run Beldums? Is this that kind of metal deck? I would assume so. Maybe? We'll find out. He does not have anything. He's got to get that... Ultra Ball. He's going to look for, there's the Cosmog. He's got at least one. But if Bryan's able to Guzma up that Cosmog, that's going to put him at that's going to put Jonathan at a real disadvantage.
If he does what?
So Bryan has a Zoroark GX in hand, so he can
Yes.
evolve the front Zora. If he has a double colorless, he can easily knock it out with that first attack. But if he can get that Cosmog up to the active position, like if he has a Guzma and can bring that up, then he can easily knock that out with Riotous Speeding. Right? Yeah, Riotous. Yeah, that's how you pronounce that. So there's the... Yep, alright, so he's got that. Oh, he's going to Enhanced Hammer off that double colorless. He's going to use its ability, discard draw 2. With both of them. Oh, there's that Guzma. You want the Guzma, Bryan. Go for it. Get that Cosmog. Oh, no. Do it. Ah. Oh, well. That's what I would have done, but, you know, I'm no Bryan, so.
Yeah. Seems like he's a very patient player, which is nice.
He is a very patient player. He's
A lot
played
of people-
for a long time. He knows how to play the game.
Yeah, like a lot of people like, especially earlier players such as myself. Like, I like to deal a lot of damage, get in there quick, kill things, and make them faint quick.
Oh yeah, get in, get out.
Yeah, but oh, look at those energies are beautiful.
Using that GX attack, loading that up. Now he's got that Solgaleo set up, which I don't know personally. I wouldn't want that out. Get really nice, knock that out, set up, boom. But we will see. He's got 80 on that. If he can get another Pokemon on the bench, could easily Guzma up that. Or maybe he's saving that Guzma for the Golisopod GX. Bring it up for a nice 120 hit on anything. Alright, let's see what he's going to do. He's going to discard a card, draw the 2 with the Zoroark. He's going to play that down. Tapu Koko, nice for the free retreat. And just bench space.
That bench is looking really pretty over there on Jonathan's side.
Oh yes, very shiny. Very, very well set up with that Drampa back there, ready to go.
I know, about to burn some bullies' houses down.
And Bryan's about to show up with the bully. What's he gonna go with? He's gonna go with the... Go with that one. That's what I thought. He's gonna return that one back. He's got the double colorless for that. He's gonna use that. Likely. Alright, play that down. Now he's got a full bench ready to knock that out.
Popping it off.
Get the 2 prize cards.
2 prize cards. Oh, because he killed a GX? Or...
Yes.
Oh, look at that.
There you go.
Retaining rules. How fun is that? So, knocked down to 4 prize cards. Bryan is in the lead right now.
Alright, but that Solgaleo's looking pretty daunting. Can easily, with the Sunstrike, get rid of that, but he has another one ready to go in the wings.
With the Jujus.
With all the Jujus. Now, when he uses that Sunstrike Blast, is that it? Is that correct? Sunsteel Strike. My apologies. He's going to use that. It's going to discard all the steel energy attached to him.
Okay.
So while it can do the easy 230 and knock out that Zoroark, it leaves him in a very... What's the word? Very vulnerable position. So there he goes. Knocks that out. Takes his 2 prize cards. Brings up a Tapu Koko so he can get that free retreat once he decides how he wants to proceed. Like he's going to Ultra Ball away those Field Blowers. It look like there's a lot of tools out and ready. He's going to get that. Tapu. Oh, now he has a Tapu Lele. Interesting. He gets the N. All right. Now I wonder if he would have needed the... Well, I guess the other Tapu Lele would be in place of the Tapu Koko on the bench, so he wouldn't have filled that out. I don't know how that would have affected how this game's going right now. If he would have loaded up that extra Tapu Koko, or if he would have held it off so he could play a Tapu Lele later in the game and search for that in. It's interesting. This is the problem with forgetting to play cards.
Exactly.
Changes the whole
Entire
dynamic.
outcome, yeah.
But, you know, sometimes it slips past the best of us. Sometimes people are malicious and do it. I don't think that's the case here. I think it's just like a easy little mix-up.
Yeah, it seems like a simple mistake.
Yeah, it happens to everyone.
And if it wins you the game, I guess simple mistake done good.
All right, now he's gonna do the 120 to that Solgaleo, and he's ready to go. Hopefully, he doesn't have. He's hoping. All right, because that in knocked him down, gave Bryan a better hand. It looks like Jonathan's got a little more to work with. He's got that Cosmog. He can set up another Solgaleo ready to go. Now for the energies. He's thinking. And this is my concern with a steel deck without Metagross in it, is how they actually consistently set up with the 3 energy required to attack with Solgaleo, or if they just start off with Solgaleo early on, set up one in the wings, and then Drampa comes up, takes over. I'm just not too familiar with this deck. I mean, we definitely saw it hit pretty hard last round.
Yeah.
Could definitely get the job done. He was able to attach where he needed to go. I'm just not too familiar with it.
He has moved the Jujus.
I really don't understand what he's doing with those. I bet they're down there right now having a conversation about, I bet they don't know what we're doing with these Jujus up in the booth. Well, to you, sir, you are correct. I have no idea what he's doing.
Organizing Jujus. It seems like a nice strategy. Keep the opponent's mind off of the cards.
Yes, the green Jujus are definitely overpowered in this current meta. I hope to see a rise of the red. You don't see a lot of that nowadays. You see it occasionally, like on the left-hand side.
But surprisingly, coming out of nowhere is the darker Jujus.
Oh yes, there's a large presence in this current matchup. It's done quite well. All right, he's got a band and a grass energy on that Golisopod. Oh, and his Zoroarks are all knocked out, so he's got to work on that first impression attack. And Jonathan is down to 2 with that knockout previously, and maybe that is the whole strategy. Get up Solgaleo, get that early knockout, have the damage counters on it, retreat it back, hit up with the Drampa. It does seem to be the play he's going with. They're gonna use that and in.
Fast shuffling skills, may I say.
Oh, yes.
The pros, it's really interesting to see the pros just handle cards in general.
Especially without doing the bridge shuffling.
Yes.
Some pros bridge shuffle, and they have these fully maxed out, full rarity cards. And I'm like, how can you
knowingly do that to your cards?
How expensive some cards can be. It's... What are we looking at? Haha. Yes, whoops. I always forget to switch that back over. Our in-house. Sometimes I have our in-house timer, but sometimes I forget to put in our one up on the screen, though it doesn't always want to cooperate with me. There we go.
Yeah.
That's why we keep you around.
Yeah, yep, I am the time checker.
Master of time. All right, Bryan's seeing what he can do to overcome this. Jonathan's in a pretty advantageous position right now.
Those Jujus are coming in strong.
But will they be enough?
What is the GX token he has there?
That GX token, it signifies whether or not you've used your GX attack for the game or not.
You only get one GX attack in the game?
The whole game, yes.
Oh, okay.
So he used that Solgaleo's Soul Burst GX that allow those 5 energies from the discard pile, or from the deck, to be placed anywhere that he chose. And that was his early GX attack, which seems to be load up the Solgaleo and load up the Drampa on the back burner, ready to roll. And so he used that pretty early, but Bryan has yet to use that GX attack. Which, the one for the Zoroark is probably the main one. You can use any attack. If you use 2 Darkness Energies, you can use any of your opponent's attacks as that attack. Or Golisopod doesn't see as much play, but it gets 150 on the Golisopod GX. Does 150, and you switch it back to one of your benched Pokemon. Doesn't see as much play, but it's a nice little clutch play if you need that quick 150. And there is the Max Potion. Is he going to use it? On who shall he use this?
He could either hit the Drampa or
the Solgaleo on the bench.
Solgaleo, yeah. Which one would be the more viable option?
Now, I'm not sure because he doesn't have any special energy, so it wouldn't behoove him too much to do the 20 with the Righteous Edge. But he needs that kind of to survive. But, okay, that would be the play. Have that survive. It lowers the Berserk attack of Drampa, however, because now he doesn't have any bench Pokemon with damage counters, so now that Berserk attack is only doing 80.
Jonathan's looking at Bryan's discard pile.
And seeing what resources he has used up, how many he has left. I don't know why Bryan's setting 180 over there. I think he thinks that he's still going to be doing 150. Oh, okay, he figured out the issue. There we go. Yeah, with that, he doesn't have any. Let's see if that comes back to bite him in the butt. Getting that damage on that Golisopod might have been the way to go. Just putting up Tapu Lele, trying to save the Drampa. And does he have Guzmas? Maybe that's what he's looking for, seeing if he has that ready to go. And evolves to Golisopod GX. He's got an N in hand. Could end Jonathan down to 2. It looks like he only has 1 card in hand.
What did he just play right there?
That's the N. Shuffle your hand, draw the prize cards. So,
that's nice.
Or draw the number of prize cards.
Get to pick up 4 cards right here.
Yeah, Bryan renews his hand to 4. Reduces. Well, Jonathan did only have a hand of 1, so he's actually gaining a card, but still a hand of 2 isn't the ideal situation. But it could be something. That's what it comes down to. Sometimes you just have to make those plays. Because clearly Jonathan was in a not too advantageous of a position at that moment, but he had to get the cards he needed to get. He's going to Field Blower off. If he can get at that band.
So now he can't easily switch in as much as he'd like.
Oh, no. You're thinking of Floatstone. That one does 30 extra damage to GXs and EXs.
Okay.
Which is really nice, and would have done about 180 had that Berserk been fully loaded with the damage counters on the back burner, which looks like it was the plan, to get some damage on that Tapu Lele so that he can bring up Drampa and hit for that 150, 180. And if he did have that band, he could easily knock out that Golisopod with the 30 he already has on. Does a smooth 210. All right, let's see what he's got. Bryan's going to look through his deck, see if he's got... Looks like he's got a lot of those double colorless used and in play already. And I'm pretty sure Bryan runs those hammers. All right, he's going to Sycamore away his hand, draw some cards, see what he's got to work with. It looked like a Guzma. I can't see in hand. He's going to check the top. Yeah, there's definitely a Guzma in there. He's got to figure out how he wants to play that. right. Now, alright, so he's got the Golisopod loaded up on the bench with an energy, so if he does Guzma, he can switch that up. Or if somehow Jonathan gets the knockout on this Golisopod, he knocks that out. You can easily put up the Tapu Koko, retreat, and hit hard with a return. But, actually, if he gets a knockout on the Golisopod, that's the game. He only has 2 prize cards left, so now I'm just rambling at this point. However, so all Jonathan needs to do, let's see, he did the 30 damage onto that Golisopod. So right now it's sitting at 150 HP left, which Brian's got to take care of this now or never. Is that he's got that Drampa on the back burner, ready to pop up with 150 damage. So he's got to try and Guzma hit that. Oh, maybe he doesn't have it. Looks like they're discussing. Oh, yep. I guess he didn't have it. And that's the game.
With Jonathan for the win.
With Jonathan pulling out the win. Second win over a Zoroark Golisopod.
And now, probably the top of the competition right now is that Solgaleo deck.
Yeah, 3-0. There might be...
Maybe
I'm not quite sure how many teams or how many players we have tonight. No, it's quite a few, actually.
Yeah, good show up tonight.
Good show, especially on the holiday weekend. It's a good turnout.
Exactly.
I was pleasantly surprised.
It is Black Friday.
It was
some good deals over here at Four Horsemen Comics. Don't forget to stop by.
Oh, yeah. If you're at home, you're still in town, you can make it up to the mall. I think the mall's on holiday hours now.
Yeah, 1 o'clock in the morning.
What?
I'm pretty
1
sure.
1 o'clock in the morning? I don't think that's right.
The mall near where I live.
Oh, okay.
They were open until 1 o'clock in the morning.
Gotcha. Well, I think it's 10 o'clock here, so you still have about an hour and a half to get up here and get some of these good deals.
Yeah, some great deals.
But I'm going to bring this back up to the booth. But yeah, so that was another great matchup. That was
great match.
That was
great
pretty
match,
close.
Yes.
Bryan had a pretty good position against Jonathan, but Jonathan was just able to pull that out. That Drampa is very clutch, sitting there on the back burner. I think that was.
Yeah, that was definitely.
That was the
key.
big issue in the back, and I guess Bryan just couldn't pull up that Guzma. So I guess it doesn't really matter about that Tapu.
That Tapu Lele was not
one, despite that whole Tapu Lele incident. Although who knows? Maybe that would have forced him to play some different things.
Different area in the deck, taking that extra card out. Maybe he could have drawn something. So many things could happen.
You never know.
Butterfly effects.
Butterfly effect. Exactly. All right, so that's the end of round 3. We're going to be back up here. We have 2 more rounds tonight.
Yep.
We're going to take a quick break and see you back then.
Thank you.
Stay tuned.
Hey, Donnie.